Yesterday, I was on my way to class and happened to see a bunch of Polish men carrying flowers and handing them out to different Polish women. I thought to myself, goddamn, I know, motherfucker, this ain't Valentine's Day. I know Valentine's Day have came and fucking gone. And so I turned around and I asked somebody, because I kept seeing Polish dudes bringing flowers and flowers. Everybody in the street had flowers. I said, what the fuck is going on? He said, don't you know? Today is International Women's Day. Nigga, what? He said, yeah, today is, women around the world are, taking the day off, and we're supposed to show them how much we appreciate them. Ain't that a fucking bitch? These simps out here giving these hoes flowers. Just, giving them flowers, appreciate you. Even though these hoes haven't done nothing, just give them flowers. Fuck it. It's like Valentine's Day on steroids. And women are talking about their feeling unappreciated. Obviously, this movement starts in Washington. Anti-Trump rally. And you have 50 some odd countries who are in on this shit. And we're going to make men feel what it's like to have a day without a fucking woman. This is what we're going to do. And of course, men around the world didn't feel a fucking thing. I mean, I don't know what they thought this was going to do, but men are more than equipped in this day and time to feed themselves, clothe themselves, jack off. I mean, I know y'all do it. Clips of Oregon, I'm preaching. All of these goddamn things. But I'm here to pose a serious question. What the fuck would happen if men went on strike? What would happen? You see, everybody's doing response videos to what the women did. And, it's all about the women and it's about their rights, or the women are stupid. But we're not even talking about that. Because I want to talk about the men in the world who have power to change your situation. I want to pose a question to you men, regardless of whatever the fuck your race is. What happened if you go on strike? Can women sustain a day without a man? I'm talking to my construction workers out there. I'm talking to those who email me who are medical doctors. I'm talking about you men who are truck drivers, you men who do physical labor. What happens if you go on strike? What happens to your respective countries? As I'm doing this broadcast right now, there are a great many men, 20 or 30 or 40 men building a high rise. What happens if they go on strike? And I'm talking to you and petitioning you, men, today. What about your rights? What about how you need to be felt in society? Because what keeps the society moving? What keeps it going day in and day out? What keeps society turning and rocking and moving is you. It is men like you who get up every day and pay taxes. It's men who get out every day and night sometimes. You go out and do plumbing work. It's you who risk your life on high-risk buildings. It's you who stays up 20, 30 hours working multiple jobs doing things to feed your family. It's men like you that society depends on. It's you who protect and defend your country in that military. That's you. Sure, you have a few women here and there in the military. And I suspect they're not Navy SEALs, the majority of them. They're not jumping out of helicopters. They're not out there risking their life on the front line. If anything, they're probably most likely doing office work. But it is the men who are out there building. It is the men who are out there constructing. It is the men who are out there literally fighting and dying for your respective countries. But what about your rights? And it's about time that men stopped sitting idly by and say, well, let the women do what they do. Because when the women do marches like this, and they come together, what they are saying is, in so many words, you are not important. It doesn't matter how you feel. Fuck your feelings. You see, society could do very well without you. You are not important. All we need you here is for some penis, buy us some food, and all of this. And then a funny part about this was a part of the Women's March was to not shop for a day. Don't go shopping anywhere. Now, think about it. When women do go shopping, where do they go? I mean, women are not going into Kragen Auto Parts. Women are not going into sporting goods stores. Women are going into places that are primarily female oriented. When they start businesses, these businesses do not help the general public. I mean, this is the reason why men create things such as Google, the Android marketplace, Apple. I mean, the device that I'm talking on right now, a blue microphone, is benefited, is built by a man. You see, when men build things, they build it for everybody in society. Women are selfish when they develop things. They develop things for themselves. So when they say not shop for a day, who are you hurting? Unless it's a woman's business, he said. But where are you getting your money from? Where are some of you men and women getting your money from? That's right. The majority of you, well, except those of you who are unattractive, which there are many. But many women get money from guess who? Men. You get money from men to go shopping. Some of you beg men for money. You're trying to date a man that has money because you mismanage your own funds. You can't pay your own bills. You don't know how to handle fiscal responsibilities. So what gets you to go shopping, many women across the world, in particular United States, is the fact that some man, or you're getting money from multiple men. You have one man that's taking you to drive someplace. One man takes you to dinner. You are surviving because of a man. Calypso, Oregon, we're preaching. And to be disingenuous and to say that the world will miss you for a day without you is incredibly stupid. Because if all men went on strike right now, every country would collapse. Every country. And this is what men need to understand. If women go on strike, so should you. Don't give them any dick. Don't give them any sex. Don't give them anything. Let them feel how it feels to be without a man. Because that is the only way they will understand your importance. They're not going to get it any other way. They will not understand the importance of men and what men do in the society. And when you have a day without men, and some of you women will have a lifetime without men, just look at the black community. You will see what happens when you don't have men there. It's more than obvious that there will be nothing but destruction, death, and multiple other things that will occur without the guidance and the boundaries of men. Men order things. Men control things. Men build up things. Men make it better for people in society. This is why when men rule a country or when men order a country, it turns out for the most part to be much better if the case is reversed, if a woman runs the country or when women run the country. Because men take into the accounts of everybody. Men take into the accounts of men and children and women and children. And this is why I petition men worldwide that you must organize your own men's strike. You must make them feel. You must make people feel. your value to this society and to this world. Because you cannot continue to sit by and let people talk to you as if you're nothing. And for those of you who are my black male listeners, you've been hearing this all your life. Has not your mom told you that you're nothing? You just like your daddy ain't gonna be shit. A lot of men have heard these things. A lot of men carry that in their own personal lives. True enough, but you've heard this. You've heard that you're not as important. That women are more important than you. You should protect the women. You should do this for women. You should do that for women. But you never get anything in return. All women are doing is taking from you. And you prop them up above you. And then you wonder why you have nothing. You wonder why you get no respect in society. You wonder why nobody takes you serious as a man. And that is because you have stopped fighting for yourself. You have stopped delivering for yourself. And people now consistently, when they see you, no matter how masculine you are, they don't take you serious. You don't give them a reason to take you serious. And this is what happens when you have the lack of unification of men amongst feminism. Feminism is a united machine. And some men are indoctrinated in it. I told you, you have men in Poland walking up and giving random women flowers. All for the fact that you are a woman. Because they are a woman. Is there any day where women acknowledge you and give you something? I'm telling you, is there anything? Is there anything that women do or give you or acknowledge you for being a man and say, hey, brother, I just, really appreciate you for what you've been doing. Hey, Tom or Arnold, whatever the fuck your name is, I appreciate you for what you do because you're a man. I appreciate what you add to society. Do those bitches give anything to you for that? No. They give you nothing. Instead, every day what they look at you as is an ATM machine, a cash machine. You're not needed for guidance. Your creativity doesn't matter. What you can bring to the table doesn't matter. All you need to do is shut up, worship them, and if they want you for some dick every now and then, that's what they want you to do. That's what they want. And yet, although women primarily bring nothing to the table, for most men, women don't do nothing for most men, for the most part. They don't do anything for you, except take away from the shit you're trying to build. That is what they do for you. And yet, at the same time, you bend over backwards as a man to worship a group of people who scorn you, who don't like you, who hate you. They give nothing. They give you no money. They give you no accolades, nothing. And the buck has to stop here. I'm serious. If men keep allowing themselves to be second, sometimes third-class citizens, and I'm talking about the third-class citizens because, number one, for those of you who are in relationships with women that have children, you are a third-class citizen because she's first, second comes a kid, and then you. You're getting scraps out of all relationships you're dealing with women. You're becoming last. Nobody puts you first, and that is because you're okay with it. So I am pleading out to you. You can change the world if you go on strike for a day. Watch the world stop. Watch it stop. Watch women all around crying and fumbling. And when they can't get the goods off of those trucks, if they can't fly those airplanes, watch how the world stops moving without you. And when those women have to get up there and do those high-risk, dangerous jobs that you do, construction, when they have to get on their knees and go and clean up plumbing and unclog shit-stuck pipes, and they have to risk being electrocuted because they got to change a wire, let's see how they appreciate you then. Let's see. Let's see if the attitudes towards you don't fucking change. And I am petitioning every man in the sound of my voice to take this into consideration, to organize this. Make yourself valuable. Again. And in closing, the reason why men should go on strike for a day is not necessarily for you. But if you have a son or a young brother or any young man that looks up to you, you must set the precedence that men are important. Men are leaders. If you do not stand up for your rights as men now, the younger generation will be okay in taking their positions as second-class citizens. They're going to be okay with that. They're going to be quite all right with just sitting back and being dictated to a group of women who don't help them do anything. And this is why, for the future, if you have a young son, if you have a younger brother or a nephew, or anybody you're trying to guide or help, or somebody who looks up to you, it is your responsibility as a man. It is your discreet responsibility, your unique responsibility to get out there and stand up for your rights and make folk respect you. Make people respect your gender. Make people respect your testosterone. Because if you don't force them to respect you, nobody will. Nobody will. You must counteract this. And we don't have enough people who are MGTOW, obviously, and I've had some disagreements with that philosophy. But I'm really thinking that if you have more men going their own way, it could be maybe a little bit different of change. But the problem is we don't have enough men going their own way. We don't have enough men who are fed up with their position in life. And that is why men cannot move forward. We have so many men who are just okay with being third-class citizens. And that is why women take you as a joke. And that is why when women come across the next guy, no matter what his occupation is, they don't have any respect for men. And this is widely because men have just given up. Like Obsidian Media Network says, men have given up. And it's time for a change. It's time for men to fight back. Now, I'm not going to close here. I just want to also mention at the end of the recording, thank you for those who have donated to this channel. All donations of this channel goes to the negromanosphere.com website. We have awesome writers over there. Obsidian Media Network, the Angry Man channel, Alan Roger Curry, Donovan Sharp, Alvin Hollinger, Ni Adarabegbe from Lagos, Nigeria, Idris Suleiman from Abuja, Nigeria. We have another writer joining the staff from Kenya, from Nairobi. He also owns a Uganda news site. So all of your donations pay for these brothers to do what they love to do and speak on behalf of you and men in general, black men in particular. So I want to thank you for that. Also, my live stream channel will no longer be on this channel. I'm going to do a live stream on my O'Shea Vlogcast. So you can go directly to the bottom of the link, the first comment underneath here, and you can subscribe to the O'Shea Vlogcast channel. And I'll be doing my live streams, at least one per day on that channel. And so I would love to fellowship with you over there. Go subscribe. Tell everybody else subscribe. All my big interviews and things, networking with other YouTubers will be on that particular channel. This one will be more just my lecture kind of podcast kind of channel like I'm doing now, and the like. So I really appreciate all of you who have been supportive of me. All of you have been supportive of this channel as it has grown by leaps and bounds. Those of you who support the website, I also appreciate you too. So let's keep the buffoonery at a minimum because, as you know, it remains at an all-time high. And once again, I'm out. Peace.